Welcome to Part 1 of Module 4. This module will focus on managing conflict within your student organization. Disputes between officers, members, or advisors is one of the main issues preventing student organizations from being successful. The Office of Student Involvement wants every student organization to thrive, so it's important that you learn to manage conflict effectively. In this module, we will explore some common barriers to overcoming conflict and provide strategies for turning those challenging moments into opportunities to strengthen your student organization. The content for this module will be presented in the following order. First, we will describe and define conflict. Then we will explore the two sides of conflict, which are possible consequences or opportunity. To be successful, student organizations must have leaders who are prepared to bridge the divide when members are at odds with one another. So we will provide strategies for leading through conflict. Finally, we will highlight available tools and resources to help you manage a tough situation and to build your conflict management skills. The definition of conflict is simple. It is a set of opposing actions, interests, or ideas. All of these words, clash, argue, struggle, dissent, can be used interchangeably with conflict, and the one thing they all have in common is difference. Difference is at the root of all conflict. Within a student organization, there are countless individual differences that provide plenty of ground for disagreement among members. Conflict is a natural part of all group and interpersonal relationships. Individuals become members of organizations based on common interest, but still bring their own unique values and experiences to the group. Remember, conflict arises when people disagree over their ideas and values. What seems like a trivial difference may trigger someone's strong personal feelings. When that happens in a student organization, it could lead to long-term consequences if ignored or mishandled. This is when officers find themselves at a fork in the road. For the next part of this module, we will present examples of possible conflict and its consequences to help illustrate our point. Let's take a look at a few possible consequences if conflict is mishandled. These negative consequences often occur simultaneously. The first is perception. Potential members can sense when there is friction within a group, and most people do not want to hop on a sinking ship. Once your organization is perceived as a bickering bunch, it could keep your group from growing and lead to a decline in membership. You may lose current members and become unable to recruit new members. As interest and membership decline, you may lose funding and investment. Fewer members means fewer dues collected. If members are less invested, it will be harder to gain support for your initiatives from outside sources. The final phase begins when your group is no longer sustainable and eventually becomes inactive. You have reached a dead end. Now, this is the worst case scenario. Fortunately, these consequences can easily be prevented if organization members and leaders make a commitment to create an environment where conflict is used as an opportunity rather than allowing the friction to fester. Conflict does not have to turn into chaos. Instead, when leaders learn to manage conflict quickly and effectively, their organization has the opportunity to thrive. There are a few unexpected benefits of conflict. Increased understanding. Going through the process of resolving conflict expands our awareness and gives us insight into how we can achieve our goals without undermining others. Solidarity. When you resolve conflict effectively, group members can develop stronger bonds, mutual respect, and a renewed confidence in their ability to work together to achieve a common goal. Self-improvement. Conflict pushes us to examine our goals and expectations closely, helping us to understand the things that are most important to us, sharpening our focus and enhancing our effectiveness as leaders. Creating these opportunities for your organization involves 3 simple steps. The first step is acceptance. We must accept that conflict is an unavoidable effect of working with other people. Knowing this is part of being in an organization allows you to prepare for what's to come. The second step is preparation. We will explore a few simple practices that can be applied to almost any conflict. And the third and final step is implementation. In other words, using the following strategies in a real-life organization dispute. Here are the strategies you can use to lead through conflict. Value relationships. Make sure that good relationships are a priority. Treat others respectfully and courteously. Recognize that in many cases the other person is not being difficult. Real and valid differences can lie behind conflicting positions. By separating the problem from the person, you can discuss issues without damaging relationships. Listen carefully to different ideas. You'll get a better grasp of why people have adopted their position if you try to understand their point of view. Try asking questions to better understand their ideas. It can be hard to express a different view, so give the other person an opportunity to talk through it rather than dismissing them. To listen carefully, you must listen first and talk second. You should always listen to what the other person is saying before defending your own position. They might say something that changes your mind. Your organization could miss out on new, creative, or innovative ideas if you reject an idea before you've really heard it. Work through the facts. This sounds obvious, but different views, interests, and goals can often cause people to perceive problems differently. You'll need to agree on the problem that you are trying to solve before you can find an acceptable solution. It seems simple, but making sure everyone is on the same page can prevent a lot of confusion and help you solve your problem more quickly. Explore solutions collaboratively. Be open to the idea that a third position may exist and that you might reach it jointly. Ask for input from organization members, your advisor, and even other organization leaders. We know that managing conflict is tricky. If you need help managing a dispute within your organization, try contacting your advisor or a mentor and ask for advice. They may be able to help you manage the situation and provide the support you need. Another option is to contact the Office of Student Involvement and request to set up a mediation meeting. We will meet with you or a group of your members to discuss options, help navigate the situation, and figure out a way for you and your group to move forward. The purpose of this module was to prepare you to manage conflict within your organization so that your group can continue to grow and thrive. These are the things we hope you learned. All student organizations will experience conflict, but it does not have to result in chaos. You and your organization members will benefit when you, as a leader, manage conflict properly. If you value relationships, listen carefully, work through the facts, and explore solutions collaboratively, your organization has a greater chance to prosper. Finally, when there is friction in your group and you need some guidance, consult with your advisor or reach out to the Office of Student Involvement. You have reached the end of Module 4, Part 1. To complete this module, go back to the Module 4 folder take the Module 4 Part 1 quiz and pass. Begin Part 2 of Module 4.